Yo, what is going on, guys? Godrekton here, bringing you another VOD review. So, it has been a while since my last one, and as always, I find myself having to apologize once again for my unwillingness to record and play the game. So, recently I've been taking a long break away from League, and yeah, I've just been playing like a lot of normal games, just been casually playing, getting away from the whole competitive side of the game. But recently I found myself bringing back that competitive spirit, and I've been playing more ranked, and as of yesterday I hit Masters once again, and I think my next plans are to make more videos, which is, kind of what I want to do and have been wanting to do for a while, but I always kind of stop myself. But I do plan to make a lot of educational based videos on being able to hit a higher rank, like presenting tips and things I've learned from watching other people and playing the game myself. Like, I have a lot of things coming to this channel, if you believe it or not. I mean, believe it till you see it is what I would rather stick with. So, people could hold that sentiment and whatever, and I agree with them. But yeah, just to let you guys know, I am in the mood to play more League again and also make content, so maybe I can get some big scale guides going on soon, revolving on like climbing and also just Renekton related content. But anyways, so in this game we're playing against a Jayce. This was in my, I think it was a game before my Masters promos. Yeah, I played a game before this too, which I also will do a VOD review on, but my attention was more so towards a Jayce game because a lot of Renekton players seem to struggle with this matchup. And recently I've been playing against a lot of Jayce players. Jayce is probably one of Renekton's easiest matchups right now, and I'm not even kidding. If you're a guy that likes to play like Prowler's Claw builds, then you should have no problem with this matchup. All you need to know is, I mean, I'll show it, but the biggest thing with these matchups where you're against like range champs, like you have to give up CS early. That doesn't mean you have to give up XP. As long as you're at XP range, that's all you need to beat your laner. Most of these matchups end at level 6 because Renekton just stat checks them with his ultimate, and the fact that his empowered abilities are too much for a lot of squishy top laners to like hold up against like Renekton. And when you get champs like, Jayce, Teemo, Quinn, Vayne, so be it, all these champions struggle a lot with burst damage, and Renekton has a lot of burst, and he's also tanky enough to take the damage. But yeah, to talk about more this matchup, I have took PTA in runes. I've also took Resolve secondary. I've started to like drop, like, I'm not really an ego player, I wouldn't say, like I'm probably far from that. But something I used to do was I tried to tough things out for myself, and that's just me in general. I always take the hard option into things. So with that, I'd always go like domination secondary, but with domination constantly getting nerfed and nerfed, I just don't see the point of taking it as much anymore. Unless you're playing mid lane and you want to go like Relentless Hunter and maybe Sudden Impact. In some cases, you might want to go Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter still, but I think Ravenous is very weak now. And Taste of Blood, I don't really see the point in it, personally. I prefer going Resolve, and in some matchups maybe Inspiration, but I'm also going Resolve tree because it's just the strongest secondary tree, without a doubt. But anyways, yeah, I took Overgrowth and I took Second Wind. I'm not the biggest fan on Overgrowth, and I'm still not entirely sold on it, but I have been trying it out because I see a lot of other Renekton players take this. But most of the time, you're getting like 200 health from the rune, like in a 30-minute game. Like only 200 extra health, like, I don't know, I mean, it helps the full AD builds, I guess, like just being a little bit more tankier. But I don't know if it's entirely worth it. Maybe you'd rather go Demolish and take Platings a lot earlier, because that's what I would rather have, and I could snowball my advantage a lot quicker too. So yeah, I think it's like whatever you prefer, like whatever you look at. If it's a game where you think you can take a lot of Platings, take Demolish. If you think you're not going to get a lot of Platings and you just want to like farm up a lot, Overgrowth probably. Second Wind synergizes super well with your D-Shield, and into poke lanes, D-Shield is just broken. Like, you cannot get like pushed out with this. It has like so much going for the item. Like, look what it does. It gives you 5 extra attacks, like damage on minions. You restore 6 every 5 seconds. You restore up to 40 health over 8 seconds after taking damage. Like, that's insane. You know, like, against these range matchups, they're wasting so much resources to push you out the lane. And all that's happening is that you're just regenerating it, all your health back. And they're wasting mana, they can't push you out, and then they're losing their advantage that they have in this matchup. And Renekton has sustained with his Q too, but as a lot of us know, Renekton's getting a lot of the nerf hammers recently because the champion is... I personally think he's been strong the whole season. That's me though. However, I think the recent nerf to his like Q heal that they're doing for next patch, I don't think it's entirely fair, but you know, I don't think that's going to stop me from winning the game, if I'm quite honest with you guys. Like, I feel like I can... Like, I just got masked as well, like, after all these nerfs and, like, his nerfs to items and shit, like... I think it's still very possible, like, for me to keep climbing and for others to climb too. I think people just have to play a bit more smarter. As long as Renekton's damage doesn't get nerfed, I think we're fine for the most part. Yeah, let's speed the process anyways. So level 1, we're just waiting in this bush because we think they're going to invade or stop Shaco boxes. Shaco gets hard countered if the enemy invades, or if you invade. So, say Shaco level 1 puts a box here, he'll put one here, he'll want to leash for his red, he'll put one here too, like in the middle. The enemy team will group together, walk in, kill all the boxes, and slow Shaco's clear, so he's not able to like gank any lanes early, and he's like inherently behind against all the meta junglers that have faster clears. So it's very crucial to defend these points if you're playing with a Shaco. So always ping a bush and just stay there. Because against smarter players, they're going to try and like invade and break the boxes. But by the time they walk here and get feared, your whole team will jump out the bush and then like ambush them. And you'll most likely get a kill out of it too. So just keep that in mind, like food for thought. It's very important. Like if your jungler's falling behind in the season, like you're not going to come back for the most part. So you do have to play a lot with them. So definitely keep that in mind. I'll speed up a little bit because I don't want this VOD being too long. Like it's already been 7 minutes now and we haven't really got into the game yet. I probably have timestamps so it's a lot easier for people to like watch the video. It's also worth to mention I took TP in this lane. I've started taking a teleport a lot more now because I think Ignite is just... I don't know, I'm not really playing good with Ignite at the moment and I think it's the elo. Like I'm getting punished way too much to make use of Ignite. So I'll stop taking it for now. And just having that presence on the map at all times is so broken too. So level 1, we're coming to the lane. One thing that I do want to talk about is that Jayce will sometimes cheese this bush. This is a very rare cheese attempt, but I had this happen in one of my games. Like a Jayce player like sat here, I walked to lane, and like he chunked me like, I mean he took like 200 health off me, level 1, and then I lost like 3 minions at the start. So just be wary that you can cheese here or here. I think the safest option is going here, although you are going to be losing health. Like, the thing with Jayce is, he has to cheese. If Jayce isn't cheesing, you have a free lane. This guy's a Jayce one trick, by the way, and he didn't do anything to really cheese me. So I kind of got away scot-free in this matchup. And maybe he didn't do it because I had a Shaco starting topside, and maybe you just thought about that. But yeah, like, if he's not bush cheesing, like, Renekton just gets to scale. Like, I played it from both sides, and like the only way I'm beating Renekton is by hard cheesing him, or later on when I'm getting more items and Renekton has Godrekton build. So it's just keep that in mind, guys. Just so you know. So level 1, we take Q. We want to like last hit the minions are Q. We want to stand back. Range matchups are all about minimizing damage early. We want to get our level 3 power spike, and then we can go in for trades. I mean, even level 2, you can take your E and Q. But for me, I think I'm just letting the wave like crash to my side because I have Shaco doing a top side clear. He's able to gank my lane. It's probably worth like talking to your jungler or like pinging it like for an assistance. So you let the wave push, you ping your jungler to come gank, and then level 2 he can like start pathing towards top. That's what he did this game too, if I remember. I played this game 2 days ago, so my memory's a little bit hazy. So I'm just kind of going off what I'm seeing on the VOD and explaining my actions from what I'm remembering. But yeah, Shaco's coming now. I'm about to hit level 2. He's waiting for me. That's pretty broken though. He took 3 camps already in his level 3. That's why like you have to like stop Shaco early. And even if you try to, like, your team can help, like, Shaco out and, like, kill your opponents. It's all about knowing who has the better level 1. In this circumstance, I would say we had the better level 1. I mean, it's pretty even to say. I guess it just depends on how we play it. So yeah, we burn his flash. Right now, I still want the wave to push towards my side. I probably could have positioned a little bit better here, to where like I'm a bit closer and not so far away. But this works, and we take it. Taking Jayce flash is huge for me, because that just means I can bully the fuck out of Jayce. So right now, I'm thinking if I want to like let this push back to me or want to push in. I think I end up pushing in here. And I see Shaco's going to invade, so this is where I'm like, okay, I need to shove in case Jayce TP's back and then helps Evelyn out. I think I spied a bit too late. Actually, no, I didn't. So Shaco's going mental at the moment. I think it was a very stupid invade, if you ask me. Now, it was unlucky because I did think Jayce was going to back. But it turned out that he didn't back at all and he just stayed here and then ran towards blue buff. So Jayce ends up getting dual buffs level 2, which is very unfortunate if you ask me. And this being a lane which is more like advantageous to Jayce, it's a bit like concerning for me. But at the same time, I don't really care because I've played this matchup enough to know that I just beat Jayce. So I want to go back here again too. So I'll put the ward down in case Evelyn's coming up. She could do crab. I didn't really track her at the time over here, so I don't know which way she walked. So I'll plant the ward down. I'm looking for Jayce's EQ at the moment. So I want to walk near the low health minions and then walk back out because I can bait his EQ and then I can do a trade off of it. I don't really do it perfectly here. I just kind of go in because I have minion wave advantage and I'm like level 3. By the way, how did I not get my E here? I want to watch that back. I think the minion died as I E'd. Yeah, I mean, that's very unlucky because I think if I got my second E, I would kill him here. Like, auto W. I think even if I did E, he would like... He'd buffer the his E and then knock me back. So I don't think I would get it either way. But yeah. So we're pushing in now. I want to get that back. I'm looking to EQ, like, I mean, EW flash on him, but he just goes out of range. So we end up just shoving in the wave as fast as I can. And then I look for a reset. This wave's got to push towards our side, so I don't need to blow TP. I mean... Like, with the wave coming up over here, like, I don't need to blow TP. Jayce has to blow TP, though. It's bugged at the moment, so we don't really see his TP. But yeah, he has to shove. I get my cloth armor and tabby. Or, I mean, I get cloth armor and boots for steel plate caps. Usually, I would go longswords, but because Jayce got that first blood and he got the dirk, I have to go cloth armor. Otherwise, I'm just going to get nuked if I play it wrong. So, I'm playing it very safe. I think it was very smart by me. I have enough base damage already to like do the trades I need to do against Jayce. I'm sorry, I just got a notification. Trying to farm what I can. By the way, last patch and the patches before that, I would have got this minion, but they removed the W mechanic where you'd get the CS. So if I W'd a minion and then the tower kills it, I'd get the gold. But they removed it this patch because... of the new skin, I guess. They found out about it. And it actually was an intended mechanic, but Riot seemed to just remove it because I think they found it weird. So, a lot of the cannons and stuff I'm missing lately are because of the bug. Or like the feature, because I forgot like it's been removed now. So it's a muscle memory habit. Something you notice in this lane is that I am EQing a lot. EQ is very essential, and then sometimes you can get the EQ W off. But I'd rather do that when I know I have like 50 Fury on my W. Yeah, right now I'm just going to try and position away from his damage. I'm a little bit low. Took a very risky trade there, and now I have to back and TP in the lane. Luckily I did keep the TP, but... Yeah, doing trades like that is very dangerous. I don't know why TP's bugged on this patch. get all the CS. I buy a control ward from that back and refillable. My control ward down. Mid's being ganked now, so I'm pinging it. If I remember, I think I get flamed here. Actually, I guess not. Try to see what happens here. No, I don't think it was here. Because someone pinged my TP at some point, and then like, yeah, it was like some weird fight. So I shoved the wave in here because I don't really have much else to do. What do I buy? Do I get the steel plate caps? Yeah, I do. I wish I recorded it after the game, but when I do this, I typically like burn a lot of energy while doing VODs and playing at the same time. So I kind of do it on like a separate day. Yeah, we got our steel plate caps now. Our team is like kind of like inting a little bit at the moment. Evelyn is fed, which is a complete nightmare of a champion, which I hate so much. So in this game, I do have to itemize a bit differently from normally as well. But so far, it's looking a bit worrisome for me because I have to itemize into a defensive option and my snowball isn't going to be... I mean, it's going to be a lot hard to snowball. But I was very confident in my ability. Like right now, I have still player caps and I'm like out-training Jayce. It's all about like trying to avoid his EQ damage and sustaining off your like build. You out-sustain him to the point where he burns a lot of mana and then you can't really do anything else. Shaco then gets a triple kill. Sorry if you can hear the notifications in the background. Somebody's pinging me on Discord. And I can't really mute at the moment. Go for an empowered Q there. One moment. In these range lanes, EQ is very important because you get health back and also you're doing a fair amount of damage. So quick Q cancel trades or just EQs and then like position out of the way ends you like escaping a lot of damage. Right now we're just going to plant a ward down. I was looking at going mid too, but we end up getting the kill. Sometimes it's good to roam out the lane. We also get information like if there's plants, there's crabs, like there's anything around. So our bot lane dies once again. Why is the sounds bugged? I don't hear the announcer either. This is weird. Back on double longswords. At the moment, it is a very slow lane for me. Usually, I am being a lot more aggressive and I am trying more things. But yeah, with how the game went, I kind of had to play it pretty slow. And now we're getting a gank at the perfect opportunity. Shaco's coming in. I'm going to WR flash Q auto attack to ensure Jayce doesn't escape. And now we get a kill, which is perfect. I think a bad habit that I do have still, as a player, is like I don't communicate to my jungler enough on like helping me. Because I'm always a self-sufficient player for the most part. Like I'll do things myself. And again, it aids towards that difficult like mentality where I try to do everything myself. And I do that just because I'd rather have my jungler helping my team out. And knowing that I can win my matchup solo, but... yeah, I mean, because I got the gank, it managed to like help me snowball a lot. And now I'm just picking up kills in River. And we're pretty good. Going for that recall. Gonna buy Dirk and a longsword, I think it was. I think I have enough for both. So at this point, Jayce can't really do anything against me. I will just one-shot Jayce on demand with this setup. Like, it doesn't even matter how he plays it. As long as I'm not face tanking EQs and then, like, I don't know, never Wing him, like, I'm always fine for the most part. Now, Shaco's topside again. I don't think he ganks my lane here, actually, but there was a gank attempt that he could have pulled off. I think he's just telling me that I'm weak side or something, so he didn't want to gank. which doesn't make sense considering bot lane is behind. But yeah. So I'm positioned up here behind the minions. This is super important to avoid his EQ damage once again. Also, a trick to know, I mean, it's just gonna be a throwaway tip. Like, every time you see Jayce like in hammer form, and then he switches to cannon, that is a free opportunity to go all in. So if he just switches back to to cannon, engage on him, because he has no way to disengage from you, and his damage isn't as strong as his hammer form, in my opinion, because he gains more armor mages, make him hard to burst. He has his E to help him disengage. His E also does a lot of damage based on your health. His Q does a lot of damage. His W is overtime damage. Like, if you're engaging at these times where he's in cannon form, like, Jayce can't really do anything. And even like when you do like engage and Jayce has nothing, he has to immediately go into R then EU away. And he can't really do anything else. Like, Jayce just wastes mana for his own safety. And then Renekton doesn't really lose anything out of it. So it's all about like fast trading and like capitalizing on these moments. Like right now we do Q cancel W trade, auto E out. And he does some decent amount of damage due to his hammer form. But he is lower and he lacks a lot more sustain than we do. I mean, he does have Vamp Scepter, of course, but it's really not going to help against me. I see there's a fight towards our mid lane. Right now I'm just shoving in case Jayce roams again. I'm making sure to ping it. I see the Jayce. I am now roaming in, then I decide to roam out. Like, come back out. There's not much else for me to do here, so I'll just recall, because if I do overstay, Evelyn's gonna like just come top lane. Actually, it seems like I do stay. Okay. I guess I didn't care too much about the Evelyn ult because I had my ult and I was pretty strong. So I guess that's what I was thinking. Right now, I'm waiting for Jayce to go in his hammer form to try and shove the wave out. Unfortunately, he does escape on a sliver of health. I possibly could have waited a bit longer here, I think. Like, as he's pushing this out, some Jayce players will just spam the whole combo to try and get the wave shove. So right now, he could be attacking the cannon, he walks up here, auto E's this one. I come in from the side, and then Jayce has no way to escape. I mean, he has to blow flash. I might have cancelled an auto attack here. I think I just did it though, so I don't slow down my DPS, because if I do auto, he could just flash away, then I don't W him. Get 9 power W. So that's my thought process there, but maybe it's possible I could auto then RW if I'm fast enough. But in these games, I haven't been playing too good mechanically because I am like coming back to the game recently. So I tend to be a bit more apprehensive of what I'm capable of at the moment. But I think with the more games I'm playing and the more I do VOD reviews and practice in practice tool, like my mechanics and stuff again, I'll be a force to be reckoned with. So I'll see Evelyn, I ping it, and then ping in Dragon. I tell my team, go Dragon right now, because if the jungler is here, why can't we do Dragon? It's a free opportunity. And unfortunately, I believe my bot lane dies here because Shaco wants to gank it instead of going to Dragon. Shaco does the Dragon anyways. I don't know how he got away with this, I'll be honest. Like, I think they should ward this, but they didn't do it at all, which is very strange from Master Tier players. So we do end up getting the Dragon here. So I stay a bit longer in lane to get the last wave for my Prowler's Claw, and now I can pretty much buy it by selling a D-Shield. Or even refillable if I wait. But yeah, I just sell my D-Shield because it's a lot faster. I don't want to waste time. So right now, my team is a pretty big disadvantage. I mean, their mid lane is kind of running it down. But their Evelyn is fed, who will obliterate our carries. Sivir is fed, who makes it very awkward for us to jump onto her. Zilean is also a threat with his ultimate. making, you know, Sivir and Evelynn, like, untouchable. Jayce will end up scaling, as in this season, Jayce is more of a scaling pick than a lane bully these days, I think. So, we're in a pretty worrisome condition here, but with the Prowler's Claw I got, I can now snowball a lot harder, and I can get that instant access onto carries. So, it does help my, like, cause for being able to carry the game. So, get all the CS. My farm's pretty good at the moment, too. What is my plan at the moment? I kind of just want to kill Jayce and take tower. Or I want to look for a topside skirmish and, like, you know, try and focus the Evelynn. Because killing that Evelynn will give me a huge shutdown. So I'm looking mid at the moment. I'm trying to roam down because they have... I think they have Herald, don't they? Yeah, she has Herald, so I'm trying to roam down to, like, prevent them from taking the tower. I'm coming in with the assistance of Shaco and Senna. Shaco is a madman, by the way. This Shaco was, like, pretty insane. He's just going in, like, at will. Take a very, nasty amount of damage from Sivir. Like, Sivir's really strong right now. I've been playing with a lot of ADC because I've been playing more ADC as of recent. And the champion is just really strong. You can survive so many lanes with your spell shield and play safe and scale. Super strong. Now, because I was looking mid lane before, I noticed that Evelynn did ult the Vladimir. So that allows us to... Well, that allows me to, like, focus the Evelynn in this situation right here. Evelynn players are very greedy people. So she's like, I'm going to go for that Senna because why not, you know? Going to do a big ego play because I'm smurfing. They had like 80% win rate, I think, this player did, on Evelynn alone. So, they tend to do these plays a lot and try to pick off people, but in these moments, it didn't really work out because Zilean had no ult, Evelynn had no ult, I had my stuff up except Prowler's Claw. So we end up killing the Evelynn, Sivir overextends, ends up dying, and Zilean has to run away. Now, I don't know why he was doing this, but this guy was... He was, like, talking shit in chat the whole game. Like, he was typing easy, easy, lol, all stuff like that. Now, he's just standing there. And if you're gonna do this against me, you know, expect to get clapped. Like... Nobody's getting away with this if you're doing that in front of me. Talk that shit and you get clapped. So I burned Flash here, but I get a tower out of it, and I find it very worth killing the Zilean. Actually, do I get a tower? Oh, I don't even get a tower, actually. Wasn't so worth then, but, you know, why not just go for the play and shut him up? I think right after he was saying, like, okay, Renekton. Can my camera, like, work, please? There we go. So we have Vladimir top lane. Ideally, I want a bot lane, and then our bot lane goes mid. But the problem with our bot lane going mid is that they're so weak, Evelynn's just going to pick them off. At least with me, I have, like, my ult to help me be a little bit more tankier. I have damage to maybe go 1-for-1, or to hold off, like, the minion wave by, like, killing all the minions fast, or if Shaco comes, we can end up killing them all too. So with this circumstance, I am forced to mid, and I think Kaiser was actually surrendering a lot of the game. Like, Kaiser just gave up. She was flaming Shaco, Vladimir, like... It was kind of on me and Shaco to carry this game. I mean, even Vladimir too. Actually, that's unfair to Senna, but... It was more so the Kaiser that was just kind of giving up. Everyone else was playing pretty fine, in all fairness. Yeah, Kaiser got a kill there. She wanted to freeze most of the game bot lane, so it's kind of why I took mid lane, just to sit here and protect the minion waves. Just gonna speed this up a little bit. There's not too much interesting stuff that happens for a while, I don't believe. Now, while I'm mid lane, like, in these moments where I'm not like, there's nothing to kill or, like, to do, I am looking, like, in my lanes. I'm using my F keys, looking at my teammates. I see Vladimir is 1v3, so I end up TPing to help him escape. I don't know if it was entirely worth it, if I'm honest with you guys, but I would rather Vladimir doesn't die, so I use my TP in a defensive way so he gets out. I really despise using my TP like this, but I kind of had to, I feel like, because if Vladimir is dying, we're giving up like topside then, so they're going to shove out. We're going to lose mid tower out of it. Kaiser might even die bot lane to somebody. Like, it's just a very unfavorable position. So I end up walking back towards mid now because, you know, I save Vladimir. I kind of have nothing else to do. Clear the ward. So running back mid right now. How much of this game is there? Okay, we're like halfway. It's a very long game, honestly, this one. Like, for the most part, we're just trying to, like, scale. And we're trying to, like, play smart to when we're not throwing. We have 2 dragon advantage. So, this gives us a lot of leeway to, like, be a lot more calm. If there's anything I have learned recently with, like, ranked and all stuff like that, and, like, just putting more time into, like, the game itself, is that dragons matter so much. If you're playing for dragons every game, and you're getting at least 2 dragons, like, you're set. Like, you have so much, like, power with the dragon buffs, and you also have the... You don't have to make so many, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, crazy players. Like, you don't have to overshoot anything. Like, you can play very smart, collected. The enemy team has to do something about it, because if they're giving away dragons, like, they're going to constantly bleed away their advantages, maybe. Like, you know, it's just really bad for them. Like, they have to do things, and then when they're forced to do things, they end up not playing it properly because they don't get to think. They have to act in the moment, while we can plan things out. We have things under control. We don't have to worry. We can give up dragons if maybe we lose a fight or something. Like, it's very it's very fine to lose them. Like, it doesn't really matter. And if the enemy is ahead and we have like a dragon advantage, like, it's still fine too. Like, we still have an advantage as well. Like, if we do win a fight, that is, or like maybe I can pick someone off in those losing games. How disgusting is Evelyn, though? I have to ult here in case she one-shots me. I hate Evelyn so much. Actually, I didn't explain my item. So I'm going Steric second because I don't want to get one-shot. You do often see a lot of Korean players go Prowler's Claw Sterics, and that's so they can tank up a lot of damage and also have a lot of damage by being able to jump on the ADCs and one-shot. Like, as long as you have Prowler's Claw, your spike will remain for like 2 items, like alone. And then you have to get a bulk if you want that insane damage that lasts throughout the whole game. So right now, I'm kind of playing just as a frontline because I kind of have to just drop like my ego. I mean, I don't have an ego, but what I mean is, like, I don't want to be the main, you know, character, the Red Power Ranger, you could call it. Like, whatever you want to call it, you know. I don't want to be that person. I just want to play for my team. I want to be a threat, and I'm already fed, so I have damage. I'm already tanky. I have XP lead, like... So again, that Sterix just makes me very unkillable for Evelyn and, like, Yon and Jayce. Like, it's just a really solid item second in games like this. So out of spawn, I run to Dragon. We pick up the Dragon. Jayce is top lane. Nobody can test for it, and now we're 1 Dragon away. Really fantastic jungler I had this game, honestly. Hold on, let me just drink some water. My commentary skills are so rusty, like, I end up, like, not recording in, like, so long, so I end up losing the commentary skills that I gain. Like, being able to talk so much. I mean, I'm already pretty good at that, I think, but I'm not really good when it comes to, like, doing these because I'm drawn out to talk about everything without, like, breathing. So, yeah. Let me turn the sound down a bit. Apparently my audio is a bit loud. Let me just turn it down. So Yon dies once again. Actually, no, he doesn't. Okay. We take top tower. What am I doing right now? So again, like I said earlier, I wanted to split push, but it wasn't going to happen with Shaco. Like, that's the problem with having a Shaco on your team, or Shaco, whatever. Calling every champ by, like, fucking 2 different names recently. So Shaco ends up dying. I come in, Prowl's Claw, WR, Auto Q. Get the kill. It's good I hovered around Shaco so we could pick up the kill. And now I can take tower. I saw Jayce and Sivir were like topside, so that gives me a free chance to take the tower. I drop a ward down here to cover both paths. Really important to do if you're split pushing on either side of the map. Always make sure to do this ward. We get the tower. Pretty huge. I wait for my W to time out so I can get the EQ. And now we're looking for a reset, and we buy our Sterix with that gold we just received. Baron just spawns, I get my Sterix, I buy 2 control wards. Why do I buy 2 control wards, you might ask? Well, I had spare gold, and if I have spare gold, I'm always going to buy 2 control wards. Like, for the reasons that it gives me more, like, it just gives us vision. We can, like, deny vision. Denying vision is a very, very important thing that a lot of players in lower elo don't understand. Like, if you're able to, like, de-ward areas like Dragon or, like, entrances to, like, your lanes, like, that gives so much, like, control for your team. And the enemy has to worry about, like, there's a lot of things going on. Like, it's a psychological thing. Like, if I'm going to walk here and there's, like, no wards, I have to think about if the enemy's going to be here. Are they going to see me by stepping on wards? Like, there's a lot to think about. We can also trap the bushes, so they have to walk in, try and, like, de-ward it, and then we just come out and, like, ambush them. We get a kill, we can then, like, do a Baron play, we can do Dragon plays, take towers. There's a lot you can do with denying vision that I don't think is appreciated enough within the game, and a lot of people should, you know, be briefed about. So I think if I'm going to make, like, a lot of educational-based videos, I'll talk a lot about vision, because I think vision is something a lot of players should understand. Like, vision isn't for supports. Like, it's not a support's job to, like, clear wards and plant, like, you know, place wards. Like, it's a team effort, and if you're doing your best to deny vision and gain vision, you're just going to be a better player, and you're going to have more winning situations. Another thing, too, is that control wards reveal Evelyn's positioning on the map. And because we had a control ward here, funnily enough, we see where Evelyn is. And we know she's coming towards mid now. So my idea is to wait in the bush. I bought control ward there to see her. Their team's coming in from that entrance. That was a weird E from me. I don't know why I did that. But I forced Evelyn to probe out away. She has to run back. My team is on the Baron. We take the Baron here. Again, Evelyn was chunked. I was kind of hoping to E over the wall in Prowl's Claw, but I didn't get the opportunity. Instead, I do this. But, you know, that just goes to show, like, how broken vision can be. Like, having that ward there and, like, here just kind of won us the game. Like, it really did win us the game, because if Evelyn, like, walked up and had ult, she could, like, run here fast enough. Like, if I didn't block this, and I was, like, here, she could walk through here, flash in, take the Baron, make us all low with ultimate, and then their team just, like, capitalizes with Yon ult, Sivir, Jayce. Like, it'd be a winning situation for them. So it's just super good to, like, play the way like I did there. It was really well played by me. So we got Baron. I'm going to proceed to push mid while they're all dead. Or try to, at least. And Shaco's pushing top. I said Shaco again. I keep switching between the two. It's Shaco. It's not Shaco, it's Shaco. Shaco, Shaco, Shaco. Wait, what? My music paused for some reason. There we go.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So we got Dragon coming up like any second now. I'm back to buy Rune King components. We still have Baron advantage. Okay, I need to slow down. I'm going way too fast. So again, as I come out of base, I'm watching the map. I see Vladimir's fighting. I've got to look for the TP here. For the flank. Kill the Sivir. I hate Zilean so much, he's so annoying. Look how fast he is. So annoying. But that's another thing, like, why TP is so strong and why I'm playing it as well. Like, because I had teleport, I'm able to TP in these, like, places, like, the top, like, thing where, like, Vladimir was alone. Here, like, I was able to pick myself a kill, blow Zilean flash. Like, Evelyn couldn't do much more, so she died. Because I cut her off as well. So she had to run into my team. Like, it's just so strong, TP. Like, I don't really see a point going Ignite at the moment. I really don't. Like, the only matchup I could probably see Ignite being, like, a thing is just, Darius. Because Darius, you need to, like, go, like, combat summoner for combat summoner. Like, if he takes Ghost, you can take, Ignite. And then you'll tend to just win the fight because you have that advantage with damage early. Like, I think I have a VOD that I might review regarding that you guys might be interested in. So we're back by Rune King. We get the soul. And it's all about closing the game out now. Like, we don't want to stall any longer. So we should group up as a team bot lane. It's a lot harder against a Sivir because she does have that wave clear. And Jayce has, you know, his EQ as well. But, yeah, that's kind of what we need to look for. It's a shame Baron expires, like, right this minute. Or, like, this second, rather. Because we could, like, take side lanes, like, for free, essentially. Actually, we ping top instead, I think. Okay, top lane. I think what would have been helpful is if I took Red Trinket at this point, because I could walk in, Red Trinket, to, like, stealth my vision. I could walk in here, wait in this bush, like, someone walks past and I can, like, all-in them. But I ended up just keeping my yellow Trinket. Which isn't bad, but I think Red Trinket's also very good for top lanes to have. This was weird. I didn't think Jayce was there. he just like popped out of the bush. I was like, huh? Where did this guy come from? Weird as hell. I trolled here so much. Like, I actually trolled so much here. I didn't see the Zilean over here, and then the Yonel just kind of knocked me up, which was annoying. Yeah, either way, we get rewarded for that. I'm allowed to make a mistake, apparently. Let's go speed up a bit longer, because the game's pretty much over from here, nearly. I'm just kind of going in the jungle now. I want to help the Kaiser. Actually, I don't think I helped the Kaiser. I wasn't looking at the time. I was over here, like, thinking someone's going to walk past, and then I see that Kaiser's being all-in. And she was, like, crying about it. I think she just misplayed, too. In all fairness. So we ping Baron now, Baron's coming up. If we get that Baron, we can just end the game. Like, there's no point wasting more time because they're getting to scale with Sivir and Evelyn getting more kills. Like, Vlad dies now. The game is just becoming a little bit of a mess here. I think I'm typing to my team to, like, just stop the ends because we could easily just lose the game still. So let's take the crab. At the moment, I'm definitely thinking that they're all going to come towards us, so I am backing off. I have to be wary of Evelyn. Like, I have no magic resist in my build. Actually, I do, but nothing really notable. So I was going to back, but then I realised we're fighting. Like, it's a bit annoying, because I do this, like, where I'm recalling, I'm about to TP, but, like, they start the fight, like, when I'm starting my recall, so I have to cancel it and just, like, run up. So it ended up being pretty worth, though. So we killed the Jayce. My team's then just, like, going ham. And I think just like that, we end the game. So it was good that I stayed on time because I zoned Jayce off from the fight too. Like if Jayce was able to get in there, maybe he would like kill a couple people. So it was pretty good of me just to stop him from like moving in. Yeah, I think we end the game now pretty much. Wait, Inib came up. That's right. Yeah, we actually couldn't end. Which is pretty troll. I do a hero play here now, like... Oh my god, it's so loud. Let me close my windows. Oh, fuck. Like an ice cream van. Being ganked by the ice cream van. No thank you. I don't want any of that ice cream. I'm dieting. Anyways, let's go back because I was pretty distracted there by the ice cream van. Yeah, I save Senna here. I try and buy time by like doing some combo. I have to blow my flash though, otherwise Evelyn might come and kill me. So, bit unfortunate. We overstay, but we get the inhib, which gives us a lot of leeway to get ready for things. My back gets stopped. We're all like kind of inting it a little bit, including me. Yeah, they're gonna go for the Baron now, so I have to like TP instantly. If I don't TP, then they're just gonna take it. I'm not doing the Baron. I think they could do the Baron here, actually. Like, honestly, they could just do the Baron. If I'm honest. Or at least attempt it. So I'll TP in from this angle. I shove the wave in too, so they have to worry about the wave crashing in. They're gonna miss resources. I'm ready for the fight. I'm in lane. I have 100 Fury. That Shaco damage is a lot though. So I'm looking for I try like W Yone. I want to focus the Jayce too, just so he doesn't like one-shot my team, because he is pretty strong, believe it or not. That was an insane ult by him. And now, just like that, we get the dragon. There's not much more else like to commentate on this game, because I think it's pretty much over now. I'm just going to speed it up because it's dragging out a little bit, and I'm not really good at commentating for like long periods. I need to get used to it again. Oh yeah, I was building Abyssal Mask here too. I think Abyssal Mask is really good into Evelyn, and like they have a Zillion too. Like I think it was just a nice item to get to make me a bit more tanky and make me a bit more unkillable for Evelyn, because that's their only threat realistically, and I believe the item is super broken into champs that are heavy AP, and if you want to be a bit more tanky. So that's why I was building it, if you was wondering. But yeah, we end the game, and it's a pretty clean game from me. I think it's pretty flawless. I mean, the only mistake I made really was probably this one. Maybe in lane, I could have played it a little bit more cleaner. But I still came back despite having a 1 kill advantage from killing my Shaco, level 2. So it ended up being pretty good, I think, the game. I think I played a pretty good game into my Masters promo. But yeah, that's, damn, we did like a 50-minute video. I didn't really expect it to go this long. It's because I talk too much. But, you know, I think a lot of people like it maybe to hear my opinion on stuff. And with there being a lack of Renekton content, I do want to try and give as much as I can. Obviously, I'm not great at it by this point, which a lot of you guys know, being long-time fans, I'm sure, and like my friends as well that watch my videos. But yeah, like that's the Renekton versus Jayce matchup. I think it's pretty easy, honestly. Like as long as you're going second wind and D-shield, you're fine. Do fast combos, EQ auto attack. So like Panther combos, like try and like mix a W in there sometimes because Jayce can't really return the damage. Like the most he can do is like knock you back, and then he's just losing the trades by default. And then eventually when you get your Prowler's Claw or your Flash comes up, you can just jump on him at will and one-shot him. Like Jayce can't really itemize defensively either. Like he has to go Eclipse first, or yeah, like that's all he can do. He could go Tabby first, but then he loses out in damage, and then he gets like he kind of gets outscaled by Renekton, as shown in this game too. But yeah, that's really it. I don't really have anything else to add. So yeah, if you guys want to see a matchup or anything, please leave in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.